Well, for some reaction to today's announcement, we're now reaching out to Catherine Cobden. Ms. Cobden is the president and the CEO of the Canadian Steel Producers Association. Catherine, good to see you again.
Thanks very much for having me, Michael.
Listen, there are essentially three main parts to today's announcement. The first, limiting the access of foreign-made steel, a steel that is made in countries that are not covered by an existing trade deal with Canada. I'm wondering how helpful that will be for the country's steel producers.
Yeah, so today we saw the federal government adjust the tariff rate quota system for both, non-free trade partners and free trade partners. And that's a significant tightening that should give us much more opportunity in our own domestic market. We also saw them extend the regime to include steel-containing products. This is in a direct tariff way. Products that come into Canada that are offshore, that are basically for all countries actually will face a 25% tariff. And that's really important because what we are seeing happening globally is that steel is going into products and they're kind of moving downstream as cheaters enter into the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. So by freeing this part of the market up, I'm wondering what, in terms of dollar figures, that might actually mean for Canadian industries.
Yeah, so, we did hear the Prime Minister mention several dollar figures in his announcement today. Probably, I didn't actually add it up, and it's over $1 billion of value potentially opening up the market. At this point, I don't have an assessment of those estimates. But I can say that, this is a significant move. It gives us a really fighting chance to build back our industry. We have lost, as you know, we have lost major market in terms of the United States. Half of our production was destined to go there. That's 6 million tons of steel for which we need new market. So we're really hopeful that this will give us that opportunity in our own market. And it's sort of a two-pronged strategy because it's going to help us recapture that domestic market share, but it's also going to show the United States that we are very serious about unfair trade, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Two-pronged strategy, as you say, but there's going to be a period of adjustment here. And to that, one other measure here has to do with freight rates. Essentially, the government says it's going to negotiate a lower shipping rate for steel products to allow them to go east to west rather than north and south. I'm wondering how quickly that type of transition can happen, given the fact that steel and all Canadian industries have been geared towards a north-south flow with free trade since the late 1980s.
Coincidentally, Michael, I'm talking to you from Victoria, BC, where I brought a contingent of steel executives into BC, and to talk to both the government and industries alike about our commitment to serving the BC market. Already, we're starting to see some opportunities emerge, and that's a really good thing. But it will take time. We produce 80% of what the country has been importing, so we could immediately replace 80% of that volume. That's a significant opportunity for us. And as well, we also see our customers getting some protection today with that sort of steel-containing good piece. So I'm very happy about that.
Mm-hmm. So you can replace it, but can you easily ship it east to west?
Yeah, so we can and we do ship steel, and here in BC with people that we have existing customers here. But we need to do more, and for sure, transportation rates are an issue of competitiveness. So anything that the government can do to help with that is really going to be well received. So we have not seen the details of the rail freight rate reduction program that the Prime Minister announced today. But, at its surface, it sounds like it should be quite helpful to us.
Okay. Now, another measure has to do with essentially prioritizing Canadian when it comes to steel and lumber for major projects. And when you add that to the challenge that essentially has been created by Donald Trump and his trade policies against industries like steel, I'm kind of wondering how you're feeling in this moment. Are you feeling as if this response for the government gives you confidence that you can tackle the difficulties ahead, or are there still concerns outstanding for you?
Well, it really gives us a fighting chance. And so that's the most important thing. We are enduring the worst experience ever in terms of market impact, job loss, production, curtailment, et cetera. So we needed this desperately. So overarchingly, I think we have a sense of relief that this gives us that fighting chance. Will it be perfect? I'm sure not. The situation continues to evolve. By the way, we're expecting more US tariffs on Canada at the end of the month. So, this is an ever evolving thing. But what I'm most grateful for today is we're being responsive as a country. And even if we don't get it right, we are moving forward. And, I hope we can maintain that open dialogue with the government, with key stakeholders, with customers about how we need to keep moving this forward should more changes be required.
Listen, Catherine, I appreciate you represent the steel producers, but I'm also wondering if there's a message here for steel workers because they have, of course, entered this huge period of uncertainty in their own personal lives.
100%. Honestly, we cannot state enough how difficult this has been for everyone, and it's from the leadership of the industry to all the employees to the community leaders. I mean, a lot of people have been under a high degree of anxiety and concern. So I'm hopeful. I'd like to convey to them that I think, from where I sit, this meets the call of action we were asking for. It may not be enough. We may need additional steps, but it is a big step forward today. We work with the United Steelworkers Union. They have been an important voice in this accomplishment today of of seeing these important steps take shape. So, we're all kind of in this together. We need to support each other and continue to assess the situation and continue to be ready to evolve if this, in fact, if in fact it gets worse. Yeah.
Catherine Cobden, of course, you and I will speak again in future, I'm sure, but for this evening, thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.